first. And then I'm putting ourselves in live modus. Okay, live on Facebook. Face the book. We are facing the book again. Okie dokie. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We are again, this time just the three of us live in this show in Trans Gurus. I hope everybody's, please ask anything, put on your comments. We would love to know what's going on with you and how can we help you. Today's theme, we were thinking of, talking a little bit about spreading the love. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't transgender about loving yourself and loving others? I think it's so important, so tonight we really would like to comment and about spreading the love. So with that in mind, Raj, would you like to start?
Yes. Sure. Hi, everyone. So for me, what I've seen in my journey is that oftentimes people are fearful of what they don't understand, what they're not used to, and so what's unfamiliar to them. And fear, a lot of times it has two reactions. Either you run from the particular thing or person or whatever, or you want to destroy it. And so I think the key for us trans people worldwide to continue our movement going and to really truly have not tolerance, because I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be respected as a fellow human being. And I think that one of the main keys to that is to get at people's hearts. When people can see us as fellow human beings, I think that's going to be a powerful thing. And I mean, it's already happening. I just feel like to build upon it and to keep going is where the direction we should be going in, because it's almost like, where do we go from here? And continuing our movement, our journey to true equity and equality for all human beings, for all of us. One thing that I've seen is that people, once they get to know me, they get to love me. It doesn't matter if I'm trans or not. I've seen that when I'm talking about when I'm dealing with people that aren't trans, and I've seen that, and it's like, they realize, oh my God, we're human just like, they are. And with other movements, like for instance, with the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King's thing, he got, of course, from Gandhi's demonstration of it, was, nonviolence, peace, and love. And it's a powerful thing. I'm not saying not to be out there, and sometimes you have to get in people's face and, say, hey, we're here. But what I'm saying is that love and getting at the hearts is really powerful. The other thing that comes to mind is the hippie movement, the hippie movement. And that was a really powerful thing in the 60s. So I'll give an example and then I'll toss it over to Jimmy. Some years ago, I went with a group. I was the only trans person, and I went to a homeless shelter to help feed the hungry. And I was there and I was doing my thing and pitching in and, feeding the hungry. And I saw some eyebrows raised. And I knew in that moment that I was doing an act of humanitarianism And that transcended any people's biases or negative thoughts about me, because I was showing that, hey, love can come from me too. And so even the people that I was serving, they were looking like, wow, because I was the only trans person there, and I did stand out. But they were and they were thanking me for their food and everything. But you saw like it kind of raised some eyebrows. And even if we find different ways to show kindness and acts of love and humanitarianism, I think that it's a very powerful thing. So I'll toss it over to Jimmy.
Wow, Raji, that was awesome.
Thank
And
you.
love, as I was listening to you, I was digesting everything you said. Love is the ultimate power. Love is the ultimate human emotion. And in order for a human to love others, we first must love ourselves. And that's true with all aspects of the human experience, is that self-respect comes before getting respect, or treating yourself how we treat ourselves relative to how we treat others. So we have to love ourselves first, and then we can love others. The human heart, I don't know what the exact voltage is, or whatever, however you want to measure it, but the human heart generates a tremendous amount of energy. And I was listening this morning, as I get ready from time to time in the morning. It takes me maybe 30 minutes or so. I usually try to listen to a YouTube video that touches on things that I am interested in. And what I was listening to this morning is, we've touched on the Buddhist monks in the Himalaya mountains before. And there is a practice where the high priest in the Buddhist philosophy will meditate for about 10 days, and the body will vaporize into light. And that is the ultimate form of love and energy. And that's where they get the term enlightenment.
Mhm.
And so I'm listening to this, and then how I live my life and how I
Oh, Jimmy has got out.
yeah, no, I'm right here.
Okay.
So how I live my life in such a way is that wherever I go, I try to spread peace, love, and happiness. Be an agent, be an ambassador of peace, love, and happiness, regardless of the circumstance. Open a door for somebody, or a friendly gesture. I was walking in the gym just a couple hours ago, and the person in front of me had absolutely gorgeous hair, and I complimented them on that. And I know that person said, thank you. So, Raji was touching on how we can all be ambassadors, and so I know I just present myself in such a way that you can't help but just accept me for who I am, because I accept myself. Self-acceptance has to come before others accept us. Accept yourself for who you are. Accept the fact that we're in a journey that has no end. Ella.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. That was a really beautiful words. And you touched one point which probably I will want to follow up on, because touching yourself. Well, giving love starts by loving yourself, and wholeheartedly embrace who you are. And that's why I had to make this journey, because somehow in my life I said, I want to really experience my own person. I want to experience happiness. I want to experience happiness. And you know what? By showing happiness to others, it brings the happiness to you too. Because it's like a magnet. It really is like a magnet. But it starts with you. Don't change the world, change yourself. It's where you have to start with. If everybody changes oneself, you are changing the world already. Be incongruent and happy with yourself. And of course, with others too, because, and that will come automatically, you know, you get with people, okay, now we are in a very, very difficult time because we have a situation of COVID and, you know, people are feeling a little bit closed down and, but, you know, things are getting better. Things will change. This is not forever. And if it is forever, we are a civilization of people which always adapted to everything. And that will not be any exception. We always adapt to something correctly. And we learn our lessons from that, you know. But, you know, be happiness. Love, happiness is a base for the society. And give love, the love that you have yourself and the appreciation that you have yourself, give love to the others is something beautiful. I mean, I think I really appreciate Raj to go and, you know, help the people which were homeless. Unfortunately, here in the United States, we have a really very large amount of homeless people. And here in Florida is not so bad, but apparently in California, it's a disaster. It's really terrible. But, you know, these people need love too. These people need love too. And some of them, you know, they're not bad people. They just were circumstances put them in a situation which is very, very difficult. And I mean, I know some people in our community, in our transgender community, which were homeless for a while, and they came back to their lives and they fought their lives and they got really great places in their society again. It happens. It happens. Sometimes you have challenges, and sometimes the challenges can be worse or better. But you know, the thing is, never give up. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you deserve. And yeah, and sometimes you just need a little bit of meditation to find yourself at ease and peaceful inside of you. We have got here some people which have got some really beautiful comments here. First of all, Raj Francisco from
Ella, let me follow up on something that you said, Ella, please, if I could, just for a moment.
Please do.
Okay, so the a human soul in an abundance of love is elevated. A human soul in the absence of love is not. And when a human experiences absence of love, and that love, the first love has to be self-love. And as you were touching on the homeless folks and all the folks living in tents and doing drugs and just they're lost. They're lost. And it's an absence of self-love. Mm. And you know, I think how as a fellow human on the planet, to try to inspire, you know, if we can just show someone who may be losing self-love a little bit of our self-love. But see, self-love radiates from the inside out. Mm-hmm. And it's contagious.
Absolutely.
And all I think some people need is maybe just a little example, a walking, talking, live human being that is experiencing life in their own terms. And I think that is as I realize what I just said, I am living my life on my own terms. And that takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of focus, and it takes a lot of self-trust, and it also takes a lot of self-love. But all these things help create a complete human.
Mhm.
And I think just by us being us sets an example for others to do the same. And if a transgender person can do it, because our challenge, anybody can do it. Our challenges are different. They may not be any more difficult, but they're different. You know, everyone's got their bar to meet, and everyone's prescriptions for self-mastery is different. And for the transgender person, it's a lot different. But if we can do it, you can do it. Ella.
Yeah, the challenges of changing as a transgender person are really quite special and unique because you not only have to accept yourself, but you are changing yourself. We are not a different person than we were before. We are just congruent with our own selves. I think many people right now are setting these 10-year challenges. I've put mine today. And yeah, I am the same person that I was 10 years ago, except the person which was 10 years ago was not a happy person. I was not in a happy place because I could not embrace myself the way I feel like. I was hiding. I was playing a role which was not mine. And now I feel much better, although, you know, obviously changing your gender and, you know, is not the end of the world because you still have got other challenges, which is absolutely normal, which is the normal way of life. But you actually go with them with a completely different feeling, a sense of self-respect. And as actually, I just say that because Rosaline just wrote, nobody respects you before you respect yourself. And it is absolutely true. If you do not respect yourself, if you do not show that you are well in your body and your mind, nobody respects you. And that's what had happened to me. People very often did not respect me. They respect me much better now. Believe me. I don't know.
And I love what Jimmy said about we set that example for the world, because really we do. One thing I know for sure is that I'm a walking testament to loving myself enough and respecting myself enough to go through the challenges that came with transitioning and being a trans woman in the world. And we are true testaments to that. I just wanted to recap real quick on acts of kindness. You know, you don't have to be at a homeless shelter or be, you know, doing something huge and grand. You can just do the little acts of kindness. I think, it was Jimmy that said when she was going in the gym, she complimented someone on their hair. Now, Jimmy doesn't know what kind of day that person was having. That compliment could have just meant the world to that person. And one thing that I make an effort to do is when I walk past elderly people in the store, I look at them in the eye, I give them eye-to-eye contact, and I say hello, because if you notice, elderly people, when they're out and about, a lot of times they end up being like obsolete. If you notice, like a lot of people just walk right by them, and you know, they don't it's a different type of energy that I've noticed when it comes to elderly people. And I make a concerted effort that if I see them now, oftentimes, they may be in their own zone and they don't say anything back. But then sometimes I'll get a look like, oh, hi, like you see me. And I make that effort to do that when it comes to elderly people. That's like my one of my personal goals. Like when I see someone elderly, I just walk by them and I like look at them in their face, because I see it all the time. People like don't even give them eye-to-eye contact, and it's almost like, get out my way, old person. And so that's a way of giving back. That's a way of showing an act of kindness. When I pass someone on the road that's stranded, I say, God bless them. I say a prayer for that person. That person doesn't know me probably, and doesn't know that I'm praying for them, that they get help that they need. But that is an act of kindness and humanity. So there's all sorts of ways to do it. There's all sorts of ways to do it. Ella?
Absolutely.
Can I, Ella, let me just follow up on Roger.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
When we make everyone significant, which is what your message is, when we make everyone significant, we also become significant.
Of course.
The life is a mirror. See, the gestures that we convey come back to us. Life is a mirror, and Raji makes everyone in her path feel significant. So therefore, that reflects back to Raji.
Absolutely.
Life is a mirror. And that's, if there's anything anyone walks away with today, is life is a mirror. What we project, it comes right back to us.
Absolutely.
If you treat people like shit, the world's going to treat you like shit. If you treat everything as a regal spiritual moment, and everyone is significant, instantly we become significant.
Yeah. It's the boomerang, and it is always right.
Powerful. Yeah.
What we project comes back. And it is absolutely correct. I mean, for me, giving acknowledgement to people on the road, sometimes it's not much, but, for them, it may be so incredibly big, it's so nice. It gives, I mean, for me, what I'm trying to do, for example, one of the big things is these transgurus are creating all those cartoons, making people feel better, trying to give good messages to everybody. It's one of the works for me of my kindness. Our very good friend Bonnie, which is unfortunately not here tonight, she had some other things that she had to attend to. The work she does for Transgurus is absolutely enormous as well. And all the gurus, which they come and we talk and we occupy our time and we think about you, and this is our act of kindness because we don't do this for money. We do this because we are supporting our transgender people. And we are always proud about, there's some incredible transgender people that, do really incredible things. And I think we all should publicize that, because I think that these people should understand that we are good people, transgender people. We are not bad. We are good. Unfortunately, throughout the ages, there has been many, many publicity against us. Many, many publicity against us. But it's time to change that publicity and turn it into something positive, because we are good. And believe me, we give a lot of love to everybody. And we are positive and great people, So, yeah.
Every ethnic group, every social group, every religion has all had their mountains to climb.
Sure.
Yeah, and without exception, and the trans community is one of them. I know the other day the video I was listening to was the two spirit in the Native American Indian tribes, and
Mhm.
how when the missionaries came over, that kind of put an end to all that. But you know, today, and I think Raji has spoke on this in previous videos, the two spirit folks in the Indian tribes are revered, and the positions of authority and power and influence within the tribe are usually held by two spirit people. And that's the uniqueness of a trans person, is that we have a vision that others, we have a vision to see things that where others don't see what we see, or don't feel what we feel, and don't interpret what we interpret and how we interpret things. And I've said this before, I think it's an absolute gift. I know I won the galactic lottery being born the person that I am. And if you're going to be a transgender person and you're going to live your life to the full on, the maximum, it's going to require some discipline, some management skills, some responsibility, and a hell of a lot of effort. But the rewards greatly exceed any effort that is put in. The effort reward ratio, I just know my life as I blossom into this human I'm becoming, every day, I just can't believe I have to like pinch myself, you know, and just keep moving forward, keep moving forward. Maintain the vision that we have for yourself and keep moving forward. Even though you may not feel like there's any progress happening, the universe is working behind the scenes on your behalf to organize things in such a way. You plant a seed in the ground, it doesn't grow immediately. It takes time. You have to water it, nurture it, fertilize it. The sun has to rise and set, rain, etc. And then that seed will grow into a giant, strong, beautiful tree.
Mhm.
And so is the journey of a human.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, and by the way, transitioning is not something you do in 2 minutes. It takes a long time, really long time.
And then as the transition never ends.
No.
You know, I was talking to Bonnie just this morning. You know, there's and this, I don't want to sound like I'm not with it, but there's a store called Victoria's Secret, and there's actually a product called a push-up bra. And I bought these things the other day and haven't taken it off. And so this has been, you know, like, you know, last year I discovered a curling iron, and there's just different things that, you know, different fingernail polishes and so on and so forth. It just every day. And so we have to live our lives in such a way that if we get all these things at once, what are we going to look forward to tomorrow? So see, as life unfolds, we discover things or see things or things occur to us in a timely fashion that we can incorporate these new ideas into our life. And so the journey is always evolving and it's endless.
Yeah. Okay, I want to come back a little bit to our viewers. Rosalie, she says everyone reserves respect and everyone reserves love. And you have got 100% right when we are with you. And if that is true, then I have to believe that I deserve respect and love as well. But I never believe her until I believe the two former statements. So, I mean, it really is true, because you have to believe yourself on those statements before you actually can get them. Nobody respects you before you respect yourself. She told that as well. Ray, sending love from the Philippines. Hi. We have Leo, il vient de la France. He's coming from
Halika. That's the only Tagalog word I know is halika. Oh, no, and also Lola. Believe
And
it or not, Lola means grandmother in Filipino. And I'm like, that sounds sexy, you know?
Ray also tells us, well, oh my God, that is Raj.
Oh,
Raj
hey!
Nacionale. And
I want some,
Rebecca
I
was
want
telling
some
that,
Bicol Express. Ray, I want some Bicol Express and some adobo, right? Yeah.
and and um, and yeah, we have got quite lots of viewers with comments from all over the world, from France. So tonight from France, from the Philippines. And by the way, I do love your broad.
Ella, there was a name that you said I was talking over you, and I think I interrupted. There was a name after Ray, and I want them to get credit. What was the name after Ray? Because I was talking over you.
It's all right. No, Ray. No, it was Ray. It was only Ray.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay.
okay. I understand what you mean. There was someone from France. It's called Leo. Leo says bonjour de la France. So thank you from France. I'd love to be in France.
Bonjour.
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 I lived
We all
6
know
years in
that.
France.
We all know the French. Voulez-vous coucher à soir? Ce soir.
Oh.
I heard that's bad.
Yeah, it was. I lived in France 6 years, so it's a country which I know very well, and I know that the transgender community in France is a little bit difficult because French are very machist, and you know, lesbian and the transgender community in France, they've got a little bit not so easy. But you know, they fight like everywhere else, and there are worse countries anyway, but believe me, far worse than France. Anyway, with those words, is there any kind of finishing sentence that you guys want to tell, Jimmy? I love your brush, as I tell you, it makes your boobs really great.
Oh yeah. See, so
I
these are the
noticed it.
things. These are the things that I'm talking about. As we journey through life, we will see things and think of things. Things will occur to us, and there'll be a right time and a right place for all things. Trust our journey. Trust our journey. And I know a couple years ago, I thought I was experiencing some setbacks, and I just remember telling myself, all I have to do is keep going to the gym every day.
Mhm.
Every day I need to engage in self-improvement, and something will happen where all this will clean itself up. And it did. And even it actually turned into improvements. So establish a trajectory for ourselves that we continue to learn, grow, see things. It's important that we give ourselves also time to daydream. In the morning, when we first get up, that is when our brain is in a beta state. That is when the brain is most open to ideas. So when you get up in the morning, do not look at your phone, do not turn on the TV, do not read the newspaper. Go find a quiet place wherever you live, sit by yourself or with your cat or dog or someone, drink a coffee or a tea, or just meditate and allow ideas. There's information stored as vibration throughout the cosmos, and our brain, our body is an antenna for this information that's stored in a vibrational state. And so when we open our mind and our soul, we become a human antenna, and then we are receptive to these ideas and this information. These vibrations and frequencies flow through us, plant the seed within our brain, and that's how we get ideas. So the phone and the Facebook and all these other distractions, they rob us of our antenna time to tune in to the upper frequencies of the cosmos where all these ideas are stored. in the form of the Akasha. And that's another video that we can talk about one day. You know, what's the Akasha?
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Raj.
Well, I'll just piggyback on that. You know, I think the key is to be steadfast. You know, for Jimmy, it was the gym. For me, it was my activism and going out and speaking at different venues to educate people about trans, even in a time where I was dealing with a very disfigured face and oftentimes not being taken seriously, a little bit of a laughing stock in a way. But I still pressed on and I still stayed committed to my activism and going out there and showing up. And, you know, when I say speaking engagements, I'm talking about going to different universities. And, you know, in my mind, I kept thinking, I'm planting seeds, you know, because these people that I'm speaking in front of are going to go out and have careers and maybe encounter a trans person. And maybe because of something I said, that could have a positive impact. The year before last, I was speaking at an event and a woman came up to me and she says, "You don't remember me, but in 2001, you spoke at my university class. And because of you, it changed the whole trajectory of my career." And let me tell you, in that moment, it made everything I've been through, all the blood, sweat, and tears, it made it all worth it to have someone say to you that you impacted my life in a positive way and change the trajectory of their life. So yeah, you know, just being steadfast, even if it's steadfast to, you know, just simply writing down your goals every day, you know, or writing them down and every day taking time to look at that page and read the goals, you know, that keeps you focused. It all, you know, that helps with being focused. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And I also have to say, I wanna wish everyone love, happiness, peace, good health, prosperity, and many wonderful blessings. Ella?
Thank you very much. I wish everybody exactly the same thing, love, peace, and happiness, because I think these are the basics of the world and the basics of a being. I want to talk something that Jimmy opened about, you know, in the morning, that you have to think about your goals and where you're going and dream. Isn't there anything better than when a dream turns reality? And I have to tell you something. Throughout my life, I've seen many dreams turn reality. And sometimes it's really incredible because things happen and you say, oh my God, I always wanted to happen, and it did. And this is exactly what we're working for. I have a way of doing it. I've got a very funny sleeping method because I get up very early in my old age anyway. And so I stay in bed because it's too early to get out of bed anyway. I stay in bed for a while, and those moments for me are precious because that is the way I put my life together for the day. I need those moments. Those moments are, you revise what you want to do, you revise your goals, what happened. And then when the day comes and I get up, everything is so much easier, you know? But just never forget one thing. We have goals. We have dreams. We never forget them. We should never forget them. I use mind maps and other systems to never forget what I want to achieve. But sometimes, you know, and as very well as we all said it, things don't come à la minute. They don't come in 1 second. They take time. And sometimes before you actually get to that goal, you have to do something else. And can you imagine if everything was so easy that you thought about something and you had it like that? Where's the, it's not nice anymore because you missed something very important. It is to work for your achievement. It's very important that you actually do something to get it. And life always takes that into consideration. It certainly does. Anyway, with those words, I would like to thank everybody for watching Transgurus.
Thank you.
We will be here next week, hopefully 5 of us, because we haven't had everybody at the same time for a while. And I wish you everybody a great weekend. Do what you want to do, believe in yourself, work for yourself, make some meditation, some visualization, and try to be yourself because this is the only way to be. Bye, everybody.
Dreams come true.
Love, peace, and happiness for everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, another
It was
Transgurus.
good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was